Okay, let's talk about how nested for loops actually work. And as an example, given these two arrays of values and suits, I'm going to create a deck of cards in order, and then we can randomize it. And then let's see, I'll say the final answer will be my deck of cards, which is an empty array now. And then I'm going to paste in my nested for loop. So before we even write any code, let's talk about how nested for loops work. So you see this is only one level deep, but what this means is that this for loop on the inside with the j equals to 0, it has to finish running until suits.length, right? So it has to loop through all of these suits before the outer loop, which has I in it, moves from 2 to 3. Okay? So if your loop is on the inside, it has to run through the whole array, and then the outer loop will move on to the next one, and then it goes back to the inner loop, runs the whole array again, then moves on to number 4, and then whole array again. Okay. All right, so all we have to do inside is deck.push, and then we wanted to say like 2 of hearts, right? So that's coming from the values right here. So we can just push in values at I plus the string of and some empty spaces, and then plus suits at j. And then here, let's just console.log, and this is, let's call it fresh deck. And then you see that it starts with 2 of diamonds, 2 of clubs, 2 of spades, right? And then it ends that with ace of hearts. Cool, right? So what happens if we want to shuffle this? Now you can look up the Fisher-Yates shuffle, but here's a pretty good one as well, and it's a lot shorter to do. Let's just say, let me change. Actually, let me do const shuffle will be equal to, and then we can shuffle the deck. Let's do deck.slice. So we can get a copy, and then we can do .sort. Now we have to do .slice here because I want to keep a copy of my fresh deck, but if you use the sort method, it actually mutates your array. So that's why I have to call slice first. And .sort, you can take advantage of this, and you can return the call to math.random minus 0.5. Remember, math.random gives you a float between 0 and 0.999. So the halfway of that is 0.05. Okay? So this makes sure that sometimes it's randomized. Sometimes you get 0, very rarely, or a positive or a negative, and that works perfectly with how sort works as well. Okay, and then down here, I can do console.log, shuffled, and then shuffled here. Okay, and then if I refresh this, see, shuffle starts with 9 of spades, but fresh deck is still fresh, 2 of diamonds. Okay. And to refactor this even more, if you look at our nested for loops, we're not really using the index much, right? So these can be changed into for of loops. So this is the values. I'll say const value of values from here. Okay. And then this can just be const, and I'm going to use the singular form, suit of suits, which is from this variable right here. And then here you can just say push value and then suit. And we get the same result, but it looks a lot nicer.